Brought to you by Penguin.
Long Story by Vicki Notaro. Read by Stephanie Dufresne. Chapter 1. Tara. At TMZ. Action man Rory Vaughan was pictured enjoying a cozy dinner last night on Valentine's Day at Giorgio Baldi in Los Angeles with his latest co-star, pop sensation Allegra. The pair are starring together in the forthcoming erotic heist movie Embroiled, based on the smash hit novel of the same name. Their characters spend most of the book in steamy clinches, and studio execs are surely hoping that Allegra's big screen debut means the movie version will be just as raunchy as her music videos. Vaughan, who turned 48 this week, is married to superstar actress Tara O'Toole, 35, but looked thrilled to be in the company of the sexy 26-year-old starlet. Click on the link in bio for everything we know about the film so far. I rolled my eyes, but my stomach contracted a bit. Throwing down my phone, I lay back on the couch in my trailer, swallowing the nausea that had suddenly rolled up from the pit of my stomach. Rory hadn't called me since the previous morning, which wasn't like him. He also hadn't sent his usual huge display of magenta roses to celebrate 14th February, but I knew, like me, he was working long days on a film set. He wasn't too busy to go for dinner with Allegra, though, my brain whispered. I shushed it. Being seen out and about together was all part of building the lore around the movie. Everyone knows that. He could have called, though. It's a total nightmare being in the public eye sometimes. I mean, the mere act of looking at your phone can be highly dangerous. I can't count the number of times I've casually glanced at a notification only to be presented with pictures of myself on gossip sites I didn't even know had been taken. There was the time my skirt was tucked into the huge pink granny pants I was wearing because I was on my period. That didn't do much for my sexy image. Or the time a creep with a long lens took shots of me scoffing a donut down the Cape with visible cellulite on my thighs, with an accompanying headline shrieking about how I'd let myself go that summer. That granular level of scrutiny is one thing nobody tells you about being famous, and it's difficult to understand until it's your own arse circled in a magazine for all to see and smirk at. For normal people with regular lives and jobs, getting an email or a text that truly stops you in your tracks and derails your best-laid plans is maybe a once-in-a-blue-moon occurrence. For me, well, there's a new story to either deal with or avoid almost every single day. Of course, I've learned to assess and compartmentalize them. My therapist Samuel taught me to ask myself, will this disrupt my hour, day, week, month, or the rest of my life? And act accordingly. It's why lots of other actors don't dare look at the internet and let their publicists deal with everything. Sandra Bullock uses a Nokia, for God's sake. I can't help it, though. Maybe I'm a glutton for punishment, maybe I'm just a nosy bitch, but more often than not, you'll find me glued to my iPhone. I'll never learn, I sighed, berating myself. My trailer was a quiet, safe space at Pinewood Studios in London, and I was gratefully alone for the first time in hours. It was my last day on set for a lovely little romantic comedy called Mind the Gap. To be honest, it was the kind of movie I could do with my eyes closed, but I give every project my full commitment. This sort of light escapist film was my bread and butter. It's what the people want from Tara O'Toole. I'd been looking forward to wrapping, and I had a fun girly weekend planned with Alex, my closest and oldest friend. There were 2 scenes left to film, and I knew I had my lines down. But seeing the post about Rory on Instagram had thrown me. I was prepared for there to be rumors about my husband and Allegra, no surname necessary. If there weren't, they weren't selling the movie convincingly. She was the pop star du jour, one of the biggest female recording artists in the world, and incredibly sexy in her sultry, serpent-like way. I always think of a boa constrictor when I watch her perform. Coiled, ready to pounce and squeeze the life out of her prey. But if not Allegra, it would be somebody else equally hot. I'm a professional, and I understand the job. And, of course, I trust my husband. It was hard, though, being far apart for so long. I'd missed his birthday due to filming, but he'd left a love heart emoji on my gushing celebratory post. When had I last seen Rory?
Sample complete. Ready to continue?